hot tonight.
I walked in, I had an uncle couldn't leave.
What?
I used to have an uncle, he's dead now. He never could talk plain. I went to see him, he was on his bed where he died later, I guess, but anyway, he wanted to sing a little bit. He said, walking after over you. He couldn't say it, pronounce his word.
Oh, bless his heart.
He never could, he was real nearsighted or something. He'd have to put his thumb right against his nose to see his thumb. He was, in a way, retarded, but very intelligent in other ways. It was hard to figure out what is.
Yeah, I've seen people like that.
But my granddad never did send him to school. He didn't have a bit of education.
I always had a lot of respect for people who have a retarded child that don't put them in a home.
What?
Where they don't put them in a home. I always had a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
You know, some people will just take a child like that, stick them off in a home somewhere and forget about it. Yeah.
They didn't do it back then.
Yeah, no.
I remember there's a house where we used to rent the land and the house was empty, but no, people lived in about two of the rooms, and somebody they wasn't keeping up. But anyway, they had a retarded boy, and they had one room just boxed up, planked in, where you couldn't break no windows or anything. Just all
That's where they kept them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in there. He got real bad, they said.
Now, there's a bunch up there that we go to talk to about Ed Haley up there in Harts Creek, and he's got this old boy's name is Enslow Basden, and he's got a son that's like real, but he's harmless. Like he walks around with a couple of playing cards all day, you know, like that. But they let him out, and he goes out, goes to the field with them, and they give him little odd jobs that he can do, little things like that, and he's happy, having a good life. He's probably in his 40s now. He's had a real good life.
They don't have him on tranquilizer.
No, nothing like that. They just he's like a he's like a pet. He's like a dog or a mule or something.
But they didn't have tranquilizers. I don't know what year they started coming out, but Nat Winston, you know, the Central State out here was they call it the crazy house, and people got so bad they just put them in the rooms, and if they got where they might kill them, hurt themselves, they'd pad the walls where they couldn't. I remember him talking about this one guy over there that had stood up so long he fused.
Couldn't bend over or sit or anything?
Couldn't sit down.
Fused.
Yeah, he fused.
Wow.
And once in a while, when they thought of it, I guess, they had enough help to do things, they'd go in and just lay him down. He couldn't get up. But, you know, it could at least rest.
Yeah.
Wow, I ain't
Well,
never.
the next time some member of my family comes through and says, "Why don't you get up off that couch for a few minutes?" I said, "Well, I just don't want to fuse."
That's awesome. I mean, it would
Don't
suck,
wanna
but
fuse.
Oh, he could tell you real stories in that. They call it the crazy house. Then they learned that it was a sickness like anything else could be. Mental. Lester used to tell about this old boy up in Sparta. Every town has their nutty ones, I guess. But anyway, they had one up there that is this woman's house or people's house. And he was out, had an overcoat on, and he was pushing a wheelbar. Came around, just sweating up a storm. And his mother said, "Daniel, why don't you put that wheelbar up?" And he said, "Beats walking." He'd take off chewing that thing.
That's funny.
Beats walking.
That's like the drunk that says, I didn't come in here by a gun, I ain't leaving.
What Lester call boys like that? Deflected.
No, it was his brother-in-law.
Too fast?
Yeah, but what was his word for people deflected?
Well, they were playing poker and had a guy that had a thumb was just about off. It never was fully grown out as a thumb. But he'd take that thumb and look at those cards, you know. And Martin was going to Sandy one. He bet everything he had on it. And this guy called him. And Martin didn't have nothing. They lost it. Anyway, they was going back to the house. And Lester said, Martin said, I hate a deflected son of a bitch. He called it deflected.
I'm gonna play cards for it.
Deflected. That's funny.
Wife went to get a permit one day, and Lester asked, well, you married Lester's sister. Said, where was she? And said, she went to get a permit.
You know what Raymond Fairchild said, don't you? He said, Raymond, you read a lot? He said, yeah. He said, I like to read. He said, I read most everything except friction.
I hadn't heard nothing about him lately.
He's up at the Museum of Appalachia this year.
Is he?
Yeah.
Plays all the time up there. I
Yeah,
guess, doesn't he?
yeah. Somebody asked him to play a hornpipe. He said, don't play nothing north of Mason-Dixon line.
Sherry Berry went up to him in full drag. And he took off running.
Did she try to do her thing on him? And he wouldn't. He just took off.
She asked him what time it was, and he told her, and she started scratching her butt. And she went to trying to chase him, and she started touching him on his back, and he took, seen her. He kept trying to get away, and finally he took off running up his hill.
That's funny.
Get away from her. Yeah, it was funny. I wish you could have seen it.
She sure caught me off guard that time.
She got John. She's this woman up there, and she's only about 40. Dresses up like a old bag lady. And she's got a cane. And she's got one of them kettles that you pee in if you're bedridden. And she totes that around and spits in it. Acts like she's spitting. And her bloomers fall down. And she gets tripped on them, and then she'll get them off. And she come up to John, and he didn't know who she was.
And she had him around one leg, and she's holding him up like that, want me to get him off her. I said, get the hell out of here. A whole bunch of people looking, and they just laughed. Everybody was in on it but me, you know. I said, hey, woman, I don't touch you, you damn underpants.
Come on, John, do it.
Holding it out like that, just a slinging it around. I said,
She kept on, she's, please, help me get these off. So finally John sitting on this bench, he scooped way down, and he stuck his foot out like this and held him while she got out of him. Then she reached and got him around that cane and stuck him up in his face.
I didn't care for a whole lot about that.
He said, damn lady. We
About
was,
that time, some people were laughing so hard, I know I've been had about something. Sing one.